Hello. Good evening. Greetings. Hello, Arth. Hey, Werewolf. What's the free game on the Epic Gam Store? Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. What the hell is that? Is it like some AFK game or something? Yeah, whatever. Hey, Echo. Hey, Jimroth. Right. There we go. It is time to duel! Or, you know, play HADIS. Maybe duel. I don't know. HADIS. There we are. Did I twat? No, Echo, I haven't actually. Boom, boom. Hey, Frizzle. The House of HADIS. Right. Ooh, the sword. We did punchies last time, did we? The sword has the upgrade. Maybe we should sword this time then. If we're swording, what should we sword with? What could be a fun sword? Hey, Dagani. Hey, Pumpkin. What would be fun sword to do? Frosty sword? Fast sword? Debuffy sword? Nah, maybe not. We've done Critty sword a lot though. I feel we can do better than that. Doom sword. We could do Doom sword. Hey Nacho. Hey Meta. Hey Leogon. I'm trying not to do the same stuff we always do. Could do Zeus sword. You know, I don't think we've done Zeus sword in like forever. That could be fun.
What infernal forge created you? Me.
We do Zeus sword with a faster one. Or we do Zeus with... That's bonus attack speed and move speed. That's probably the best one, actually. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good. No, Meggy, it's not time to get up yet. What are you doing? There's Meggy noises. Oh, really? Is it not just ready to use, is it? Is it Hideous Echo? Hey, Wraith. Hey, Geppetto. Bonjour. Thank you. Meggy. I bought Meggy this cool little toy. With, like, this berry stuff on it. Like, wood. There's, like, 3 things on, like, it's almost like a kebab. Like a spindle. One was, like, this berry stuff. One was this herby stuff. And one was, like, this willow wood stuff. And she decided to rip off the red berry one. And stick it, and then take it back to her, and take it back to her nest, which is pretty funny, actually. You can hear her munching it. I can hear just munch, 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 munch. Alright, so we got that one. Benefits package. There we go. Or we middle management. Oh, that's actually pretty better.
Well, time
it's
to
easier
get
too.
killed again.
To get killed again, what? Zeus!
Hello, young man. And might I offer you a little taste of the heavens themselves? Though don't go telling your old sulky father I've been spoiling you rotten.
Okay. So, just getting Lightning Strike is probably good to start with.
What else we got?
I feel we can do better than that. could take lightning reflex actually. It's an interesting one. Let's see how this goes. I feel we can make this work if we get more Zuzus. Slap. So this one's dodge just before getting hit and make lightning appear. Which is interesting actually. Leech is a bit weak to start with, but
delicious.
level 3. Nice. One of your hamsters growing up got loose and found a bag of peanut M&Ms. It shelled and ate all of them except the green ones. That's actually pretty funny.
Witches.
Was it okay, like, eating all that? I think we'd end up getting tummy ache or something.
What else?
Blammo. I gotta be honest, M&Ms were probably some of the only American chocolate I could stomach, except Milk Duds, which I found were quite nice as well.
Another key. Fishing time.
Hey Sage.
The hellfish.
Oh no, is that your mouse problem again, Noble? Yeah, maybe the hamster just left you the best ones.
Let's see what I can do with this sword.
What we got here?
That's a blade.
Nah.
Hit me.
Alright. World Split is okay, but that'll actually nerf the main bonus I've got with this starter sword, which is the attack speed. And I kind of want attack speed higher.
Hate to be ungrateful here.
Oh, those are great. I can do better than that. Ooh, there we go. Not amazing, but I'll take it. Was this every time I cast? Right. I have no idea which one the boss is. Which one's the boss? There we go.
Anyone else?
My support alone is not enough to see.
You haven't seen the
through
mouse in a
this
week or so, but you recently found a
It
chocolate
certainly
wrapper I
shall
left
come.
lying around, torn to bits. I don't know how long it was sitting there. Interesting. So you got like a real stealthy mouse. I'm holding out hope that we'll get another Zeus.
Wretches,
No
take
guarantee,
him
of
now.
course, but we'll see. Yes, wretches, take me now.
I'm in for it.
This is going to be quite hard to do because our attack is really weak at the moment. little bit careful, probably. $69 health, aim him out. Hey, Sol. Oh, I ruined it.
Work faster next time.
Yeah, may as well. This has been a bad run, actually, for the start.
Let's see your relatives upon Olympus get you out of this.
Yeah, mice normally poop literally everywhere. Like, mice are just like little poop machines. Same as rats, really. So it's definitely weird that there's no obvious droppings.
They had their chance.
There we go.
Hey, bumped. Nice. Yeah, this has been a lousy set of like stuff. Like, I guess because I rejected the attacked one so far, so it's been a bit harder to do. But at least we'll have a percentage drop after this round.
That's what you get.
Nice.
The boon I got from Chaos has a new effect.
Okay, that's not too bad. Alright. We'll get some money.
Welcome.
Ooh.
I know it isn't
I am
my
back.
kindness, but I do hope this helps.
Thanks, dude.
Not to worry.
Oh, thank you.
And you, Baldy.
How's everything going lately there, Baldy? Good chat.
Oh, Baldy's so wise.
Baldy's got your back.
Ooh, 5% attack bonus.
Good luck out there.
Thanks, Baldy.
Hey, Than. You called?
Now, it is definitely tricky, Noble, like not being able to find them like that.
Or the underworld sag.
I mean, have you tried, with a humane trap, have you tried using peanut butter and stuff like that? Like something very, like, smelly and sugary?
Not me.
Because that tends to work. Nice, nice, nice. The new tome's out on Dead by Daylight. Is there any new skins? Oh my god, he just got like 5 in a row? What a scab.
And that's the end of that. Good work, my friend. I'm gone.
Should be a shoppy now, I guess. No? No shoppy. Okay, I'm actually gonna go for the health. Hey, Holly! Wait, the Crypt TV ones are out! Okay, before we start NieR, I'm gonna have to have a look at that. I'm gonna have to have a look at that. I'm gonna absolutely have to. That sounds amazing! How are you today, Holly? Nice. Oh yeah, using a blacklight is actually not a bad idea. And if they are peeing, that will show up in that as well. That's Schleries. Why'd you do this to me? Fine, I gotta go for Daddy Zeus. Gotta go for Daddy Zeus.
In the name of Hades. Hey.
Okay. At least I got one now. At least I got one. Alright.
Greetings, Electo.
You're trying to shake off drawing funk the best way you know how? Is it by drawing titties?
Ugh. Still can't believe Megara got mixed up with you, Red Blood. For all her weakness, I always
But Meg is
thought
good.
She took her job here
She eats a lot, though.
seriously. Live and learn.
Not interested in your nasty remarks about her, Electo.
Quite possibly.
If you keep them up,
Nice.
I'm warning you, I might get mad.
Oh, you might get
Ooh.
mad. Defend Megara's honor since she's far too weak to do it her damn self? You think she's so pure? You're disgusting. Both of you.
Disgusting. What we need now is Jolted as well, and that'll work really well. Oh no, she's raging. Oh dear. Nice.
My weapon shuddered at the touch.
So what's next on the cards, Holly? Is it still more of the summer stuff? Check this shit out. What is this shit I must check? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, they're out now. Nice. I'm probably gonna pick that up later. Oh, that looks amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna load up after Hades run and have a quick look before we do NieR. Oh man, it's still so like mildewy in here. It's so annoying.
Difficulties of the past for them.
Okay, so we got attack speed. What else do we want at this point? Faster attack. What do I want as a special? It's hitting twice. What would be good for something that hits twice? Damage? Doom? Maybe Doom? Doom could be good? Maybe not with the twice though. Crit.
All set.
Yeah. Schlatamus. Bless you,
Next
Schlatamus.
In the bag.
The best way to shake off art block is crack cocaine. May I suggest tramadol? Actually, don't do that. You should see the state of my hands.
Love that sulfur smell.
Yeah, I saw you mention the huggable pillow. Is that going to be of your Holly character? This is weak at the moment, but I feel this is going to be a slow burn of a build. This one. I think this is going to come into its own. Ow!
Just keep this on me. Always time to fish.
That's what the people wanted. I think that's a fucking great choice. Honestly, I can see why she's so popular. And honestly, the fact that you've like very carefully and lovingly created an amazing backstory for your characters and like their lives and such, I think that really helps as well. It helps people get like super invested and like really care. I think if you care, people care. And I think it shows. Right.
Ready for
Nice. Ready? Ooh. Oh, hello. Oh man. This is definitely a slow burn, but... Ooh, ouch. Nasty.
Lady Artemis.
Right.
Well, Zagreus, you getting out of there this time, or am I going to have to keep on hunting by myself for the time being? Probably.
Wait till you see what else people wanted in the body pillow. Okay, looking forward to that then. That sounds promising. Dude, agreed. Hey Morgan. Your special. Oh wow, that is lousy. Reroll. Okay, better.
Dead
Fuck
red
now.
hide.
Ooh, that's what we want.
Take it.
Ah, okay. That's pretty decent. Interesting, I can buy a key and that'll get me a reroll, I think. I'm actually going to test that. It did not.
Good enough to eat.
Ah, Demeter. Okay. Functioning flashlight, wow. Oh no, it's going to be Margaloo all over again.
Break it up, witches.
Nice.
Farewell, ladies.
None can endure an everlasting winter's chill, young Zagreus. Not even your father's
Why
lifeless
not?
servants there beneath the earth.
But winter's the best season. Ooh, Ravenous Will. Yes, please. Aha! Even better. Goodness. Okay, this could work out. This could
Moving
work
right
out.
along. That's a lot of coin.
Looky who.
She has such a nice voice.
And here I was just thinking it's been too long since the Hades kid stopped by.
I'm sorry, there's been loads to play. I'm back now though.
Hope you like it.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's not so great, but that is, going that to epic is fucking brilliant. Hey Fury, yeah, it's going well, thank you. It's been a slower paced run, this one. But I feel this is going, are we on the last chamber? Yeah. Slower paced run, but this is going okay.
Hey, it's me.
I need
again.
more Zeuses. That's also good. No,
What
no.
else is there?
That's okay. Come on. That's
That'll
okay.
keep me going.
Nice, okay. Playing Hunt over and over, I see. Psh, yeah, seriously.
Just how I feel, learning.
How dare you forsake us for another game? Oh, we love Lernie. I like you, Lernie. Lernie, why you gotta be so mean to us? We care about you. Lernie's gotta hate. I don't get why you gotta be a hater, Lernie. Oh no, is it all stormy where you are, Fury? Oh dear, gold.
Hey, Baldy.
Coming right up.
Lernie's just got anxiety. Oh no! Now I feel bad about beating Lernie up. I'm sorry, Lernie. Hey Anon, how you doing, dude?
Back to
I'm
where
sorry,
everything
Lernie.
went.
Rest in Pepper Lernie. Nice.
Go on and try.
I will, thank you, Daddy. Right, what are we gonna go with this time? I don't think I've got any particular plans now, so I'm just gonna get the pomage on the go.
Get out of
Okay.
this damn heat. Thank you.
Anxiety's a real shit. Maybe, honestly, I imagine Lernie's just got the worry of failure on its mind. Like, Lernie's just, you know, trying to do Lernie things, and Zagreus just keeps fucking everything up all the time.
More strongbows.
Oh, what happened, Adam? Was it messy or? Ow. Eh. Oh no, it's a big ball! Bang.
Got here in practically no time at all, boss. Ready now?
That bad, huh? Ooh, another slammer. I will take your slammer. I don't know. Is the community that bad? I know next to nothing about Warhammer. I know what I've played of the Warhammer Total War game. And that's pretty. Oh, and you know, like corn for the cornflakes or whatever. That's about it. That's about my understanding of things.
More souls fastidious.
More souls for the Soul God. Murder, 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 murder. Wait, is it murder if they're already dead? Then it's probably just, you know, like a handshake or whatever. Hey. Ooh. Mmm. I kind of need to get this one. Hold attack to strike rapidly. Sure, why not? That's actually really good. That's actually really good with what we've got. Oh my god! Look at that. That's pretty good. I actually never bought that. I feel we should probably buy that since we've never bought it. Oh really, Noble? Is it supposed to be that bad?
How very kind of you.
When was the last time Lerny did me in? Probably ages now, actually.
It seems unwise of you to thus dismiss my offering. Suffer then, a while by my hand.
Wow. Come on, Ares. No need to be like that, man. Oh my god, it's the shield guys as well, for extra fun. Stay a while and listen. Oh, this is a nightmare. Anything but the shield guys would have been fine. Oh, wow. Hey, Jess. Oh, dear God. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Noble. Well, that was a nightmare.
Sacrifice to me just
Thank
now
you very
has
much,
led me
Noble.
to forgiveness for the time. Thus shall we call a truce.
Fucking. Ooh. Hey, congratulations, Fury. Oh, that's great news.
I'm the one to challenge you this time, short one.
Oh, congratulations. Sorry, I'm just cracking open a can of Bepis. Thank you very much for that gift sub, Noble. Thank you, man. Oh. Oh, man. We haven't had enough of the right talents together to make this work yet, really. Shit. Okay, halfway there. Damn.
Well done.
Oof. Damn. Goddamn beef boy. Yeah, having your own place is a really nice feeling.
In the name of Hades.
How's Maggie doing? Yeah, she's doing alright. She's currently sleep at the moment, but she's currently got the mad snoozes on the go, but she's doing alright. I heard her rattling around as the stream started, so that was quite funny. I feel this run might end up being a bit of a disaster. My plan was to get some really good zoo stuff, but it didn't really pan out. It hasn't been the right stuff. We shall see. Though my suspicion is this is not going to go the way we want it to go. I don't know a huge amount about the communities for either Star Wars or for Warhammer or anything. I must be honest. I don't tend to get involved in the communities of most things. Ooh, that's really good.
Hit the spot.
Nice, that's nice. And now we can get Death Defiance back, even better.
Yet, stranger.
Take care then.
There we go. That's got out. Ooh, and that's got some of our health back, which is nice. I don't tend to go really into communities as such. Oh my god. I hate the shield guys in particular are the worst enemies in the game, I think. They're just so obnoxious and they have the really annoying skills. There we go. How many? I've got 3.
Sisyphus, gangway.
I might do this. There we go. Give myself a little bit of health. Not much, but it'll do. Pressure points. That's also pretty good. Oh, that's even better. Don't have quite enough money to really get anything from this. Probably better off doing this. Warhammer is for heretics, which is a community specifically found inclusive and welcoming for war. That's actually really nice. Hey Eldritch. Hi everybody. Sorry if I missed anybody as you popped in. Hello, hello. The only thing I know about the Star Wars community as recently is the hubbub that the new films created. That I know that's the main hubbub that I've been hearing about lately.
This one, King. Let's fight.
Not yet.
What do you mean waste words? We're out friendly. Oh man.
You shall be imminently overrun. I can assure you, beloved.
I'm empty.
rope. Whoa. This is gonna be a tricky one, I feel. If I can get rid of Fool Man, this might be a bit more doable. Damn, we just have no damage. Just absolutely none this run. Just didn't get the Zeus stuff I needed. Okay. 11 HP. Okay, here we go. Wow. You can see how little damage we're doing, like just wailing on him here, like just doing nothing. We've never managed to get an upgrade for the Zeus's attack either. Hey, Pengy. Oof. It's always lovely to have you here, Fury. Hey, Jane. Welcome back, Morgan.
You are my biggest fan.
Oh, man. Yay! Okay, this is going to be a dodgy one. My suspicion, folks, is that we are not going to make it past Daddy. We shall see, though.
Check.
I think every community that has especially a long-running community, has a thing where they're like, you're not a true X unless you were here for Y, you know, from 1992 or whatever. You're not a true video game fan unless you were here for the Super Nintendo era. Well, I was here for Pong, so you're obviously you're not a true gamer. Blah blah blah. I think they all have a bit of that. But the thing is, the second anybody says that. The second anybody says that, you can write them off as a complete fucking moron immediately. Hey, Jessica. Yeah, well-established communities can be tough. I mean, funny enough, I've been watching this. Where am I going first?
This one, I guess.
Here. I've been watching this girl called Izzy. I don't know how you pronounce that exactly, but Izzy. Anyway, she's kind of been talking about like various communities and such.
Hello.
And she was talking about various Tumblr communities and fandoms and stuff of things I have no idea of, like no idea what it's about. But she's been talking about how you know, how like some of the communities can be really like, if anything, like aggressive to outsiders that when people are coming in, which is quite interesting. You looked here for a long time, was intimidated to talk back in the day. I'm glad everyone here has been so welcome. Oh, Eldritch. Oh, well, I'm glad everyone, you know, I'm glad that, you know, you did decide to pop in and say hello. Because it's been a pleasure to have you here, so. And everyone here is amazing. Oh my god, I'm getting absolutely fucking flat.
In the name of Hades.
Good grief. Oh, that's actually pretty useful.
Got to keep searching.
I'm mean and busy shit. What are you talking about? Oh, you sit. You lovely. Holly is top tier. You had a weird race game. The Dwight did bugger all the match. He just stood in front of Hook to fight. Oh, just someone throwing the game. You get that sometimes, where someone decides that they just can't be asked or whatever, which is really annoying. Gatekeeping's such a weird thing for me. I don't personally understand it, but. You think gatekeeping smaller-ish in Star Wars mainly because there's a ton of YouTube channels of peeps just getting into the shows and movies and reacting to them. And the comments are nothing but excited support. So what do you think that's really thrown the Star Wars stuff then? I'm probably going to get that Huntress one as well, actually. We'll see. I'll see in a minute. I'll have a look in a minute, see what go on. Hey, Jag. You like lurking because you're way too shy? Oh, but we always love you here, Jag, when you do talk up. And I know there's some people lurking in the chat right now. And, and I totally get that sometimes it's better you just want to chill out and just relax. Don't necessarily need to speak up, don't want to speak up. And that I totally understand. I'd say 90% of the time when I'm in other people's streams, I lurk. I very rarely actually talk when I'm in someone else's stream. Like, sometimes when I'm working from home, I lurk into Kiko's streams who's playing Animal Crossing. Just to sneak in there and be creepy. It is upsetting. I mean, while I am terrible for lurking in my own Discord, I am still there. I lurk horrendously all the time. I mean, that's the thing, like, me as a person, I'm quite introverted, right? Like, generally speaking. I know this sounds a bit silly being here in front of you all doing a stream. But I'm a fairly introverted person, and when it comes to actually initiating or starting conversations, I very rarely do it. So even on my own Discord, I very rarely like start up conversations. I might say a quick hello or whatever, but yeah, I don't necessarily have the free time to always like pop around either. But it is nice to sort of I do lurk and I do read the chat and such. I check out people's selfies and say hello, and you know. And it is disappointing. I agree, Jez. It is disappointing when you go to a community and everyone's just a bit like aggressive or a bit mean, and you're like, why though? I'll tell you one of the games I love that has a terrible gatekeeping problem. It's fucking Dark Souls and Bloodborne. I love the damn games. Some of my favorite. Bloodborne's probably one of my favorite games ever. But holy crap, people are fucking mean. Then pops off back to Final Fantasy 14. I mean, Final Fantasy 14 is so good though. Hate mongering, nothing's ever good enough. Is there not? I feel when some of it. Are you off, Eldritch? You had a lot to do. No worries. Catch you later. Oh, please pet the pommy for us. Do you feel there's an us versus them thing, Noble, with the Star Wars community? The community of Souls games have literally ruined Souls games for me. I mean, that's kind of another reason why I try to stay out of them as best I can. That's not bad. 50 damage is not amazing. Health effects are better. That's a cheap way of getting extra free health. 50 damage. Nah, I'll just take that one actually. Scab my way to some free HP.
Now for a chat with Cerberus.
Jess, I need to get you on my friends list. Stalker for you. Oh, Stalker can be as well. You're not really playing Stalker properly unless you install Lurk 3.0 and Misery mod and Oblivion Lost 0.1.236. Accidentally tapped in from the notification. Just going to say a quick hi and get back to work. Have a great day. Oh, C#, thank you. Well, thank you for resubbing as well. I hope you have a lovely day at work. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for doing that. Oh, that's really good. Thank you, C#. Have a good one, alright? Then how will I lurk and hide from him? That is very true. That's very true. It is harder to lurk if people on the friends list. It would be nice to say hello to you at some point. Oh god, where's the... Where is it? Oh, there it is. That's cool. I didn't want all that HP I just gained. Hey, CMY Cat. You alright? Nice. Sounds good, Jess. Honestly, the Souls community can just be... Again, this is a not all of them, obviously. But... some of the things I've seen in the Souls community are just... People just being complete pricks. Especially... Hi guys, I'm new and I need help doing this. And followed by loads of people just like... Lol, get good. Or... You're not a real Souls player if you don't do this by yourself. No summoning runs is the only way to play, blah blah blah. If you use X weapon, you're a scrub, blah blah blah. Shut the fuck up. Suck.
Over there.
Nice. Delicious.
Should be able to get back through here.
Exactly, Jay. Exactly. But yeah, as I was saying before, I totally get why people want to like lurky lurk.
I'll take this one.
I'm 100% about the lurky lurk. There was no Fiskies this time. Was it? We will get the Fisky. Don't. Hey, Stoly. You're gonna be lurky. Put you on the background doing a deep clean your room. Ah. I would say enjoy the cleaning, but I don't know. It can be quite satisfying, can't it, to get the cleaning done? So. Exactly, Spectacular Command. Exactly. That's the entire point of those games. Pyromancer build is noob. This is noob. That is noob. Shut up. No summoning, no pyro, no firebombs, always burn down, yeah, blah 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 blah, exactly. If there's a game you love, right, there's a game you love, surely you want new people, and you want new people to be enjoying them. What the hell's going on there? And you want new people to be enjoying themselves. And you want them to come back, because it's better, and you get fresh blood. Same with everything. Like, it's nicer to have, like, new people with this kind of stuff, right? Or so you'd think. You don't want to bloody scare them off by being pricks. Nice. We're really dodgy on the HP front, but we might get lucky and get a healing thing in there.
This temple's positively crawling.
This way.
Nothing.
Nice.
Delicious.
That was a clusterfuck.
Sharpen my senses.
Hey there, Peggy.
I need.
Oh dear God, they're all crap. Might as well spend it. I'll get a little bit of health back when we get to see it dirty. Alright.
Cheers, mate.
Wave. Right, this is gonna fucking suck. Like, this is gonna be a tough one. We've got basically nothing here, so.
But for Sator's axe, he could make an exception.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about Star Wars in particular, right? No, well, like people go like, I don't know. Like, isn't the whole thing is like the whole thing about Star Wars is like good prospering over evil and like being nice as opposed to being bad. You know, like come on. High blood tinged pistol builds make me happy. Yeah, that's really fun actually. Like doing the pistol stuff's really cool. Last time I played Bloodborne, I did that, Nicholas. We did it on stream. We did a high blood tinge, and it was all going fine, more or less, until I got to Orphan, who completely deleted me. But and it took 30 attempts, I think, to get rid of Ludwig. Where my previous attempt on stream took me like 4. So yeah, tough stuff.
I shall give you no quarter, boy. Although I doubt that you expected otherwise.
Yeah, that's a bit different, I think, to Tactical Command. Like taunting people on a forum is, yeah. Alright, here we go. Oh god, immediately.
Much more, I said.
Oh, you can't dodge while doing this, like, hold the button down thing, which is actually a bit risky. Evelyn's quite fine, yeah. Man, don't even have Jolted. What a terrible build. The whirly gig is funny. Oh, look at this scam. Look at this horrible scam. Oh, this is the disaster. Disaster run. It's all going wrong, guys. It's all going wrong. We've got no damage. We've got no damage. Ah! Nothing's dying. Nothing's dying. Can we even get Hades' first form down? First out of 3. Can we get him? No. No, we can't. I just had bad options.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was a sad one. What do you mean, how am I going to beat him? I win 90% of the runs. Ah, well. That was a toughie. Get good, scrub. Fucking get good. Hi guys, I'm new at Hades. How do I do? Fucking imagine being new at Hades. Imagine like using Zeus. Ugh. Zeus is for scrubs. If you haven't got 60,000 hours in Hades, I don't even want to know you. Alright, let's have a quick look at Dead by Dirtlight a minute. And have a look. Oh god, do I have to patch it? I just realised. Update. How big is the update? I may have made an error. How big's the update? Will it kill my stream? Possibly. Is each of the scrubs named Ween? How long will it... I don't know. I don't know how big the update is. 2 gigs. Okay, we could wait. The stream will shit itself briefly. But it should take like... I don't know. Let's have a look. 4 minutes. That's a bit too long though. How can I entertain you all for 4 minutes? With the stream crapping itself. What can we do? I know. Where's Streets of Rage? Here we go. So the stream will skip for a bit. So I have to apologize for that. So I am sorry, but how about we just put some Streets of Rage on for very briefly while we sort things out. I don't know how badly it's chopping. Like it might be terrible. Oosh. Hey, Nat. Grandapa. Alright, here we go. What stage should we do? Why is it cutting out so much? Did I leave Hades on? Don't think so. That's weird. Sorry, 2 seconds. See why this is being a jobber. There we go. Okay, let's see. What stage should we do? That's cutting out. Weird. Okay, let's see. Chinatown's a fun stage. Woohoo!
Blaze building.
No, I didn't know that about that actually, Anon. That's really cool. Right, it might lag out for a bit, but it shouldn't be too long. Let's see, how long does it reckon? Wait, 43 minutes? What? Huh? Why? Eh? 3 minutes. 2 minutes.
Lose.
Oh, maybe it's installing at the same time. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Anon. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you very much. I think it's trying to install stuff as well. I'm not quite sure. Let me. It says updating. I think it's downloading and updating at the same time, I guess. It's being really weird. I don't know. We might just have to load up NieR in a second and say fuck it. I don't know. It says 2 minutes. Anyway, let's try the stage. Let's try the stage and see how we get on. I think that's why it's skipping a bit as well. Alright. Here we go. I don't know how well it's going to handle this. Let's see how we do. Come here, noobs. Oh, fuck. Oh god, the sound keeps skipping out. That's even worse. Okay. Yeah, Streets of Rage 4, if you like brawlers like this, it's an incredibly good game. It's probably like one of the best in the, it's probably the best one in the series of Streets of Rage. It's like incredibly good. It's got a bit of everything really. And there's some DLC coming soon as well. Yeah, like I said, hopefully it's holding up okay. Music's incredible, yeah. Here we go. The music for this entire game is just top notch. Ah, I always misjudge that guy. Fuck you, dude. Sorry for the music skipping. That's my that's the install of Dead by Daylight in the background. Come on, mate. Playing it a bit safe though with the combo. Nice. Eat shit, mate. Here we go. Chicken! Oh. Gimme! Gimme, 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 gimme! Okay, nice. Alright, here we go. Whoop! Wow, nice miss. Alright, here we go. Oh, come on, dude. Don't be like that. Dude, please. Nice. We got the two big lads here, which is actually quite tricky, so what we're going to do is buzz this at him. Aw. Don't laugh at me! Here, catch. Nice, nice. There we go. Hey, Ross. We're just waiting for Dead by Daylight to install, so we can have a look at the new costumes, then we're going to get on with it. This guy can be quite tricky, you gotta play a little bit safe. There we go. There we go. Here we go. I think it's almost done installing, so we should be good. Alright. Do you enjoy the music, by the way? The music's pretty badass in this. This bit's really hard to do without getting hit for a combo. I've not yet managed to do the entire section without getting hit. Pretty sure there is a way of doing it. Fuck if I know. Ah, there we go. It's because they got the long poles. Look at these long pole boys. Ah, shit. Go away. There we go. Long poles, dude. There we go. Oh, dudes. Yeah, making through this without getting horribly murdered is tricky, to say the least. If I can make it to the next section, I get healing. Shit. Oh, I think it's done. There we go. Nice. Alright, here we go. Oh no, Ollie, why? Don't you guys have like half of thingy each? there's literally mooks everywhere. These mega mooks. There we go. Nice. Right, boss time. I would normally stop, but this is like pretty belly. I hope you enjoyed the music here. It's pretty good. Honestly, Curry is amazing, by the way. Curry is fucking great. Shit. I got caught on the side there, which is a bit unfortunate. Unfortunately, because I died, I'll probably get a crap score, which is the only, which is a bit sad, but shit. How much health have I got? Okay. Dude. Oh, leftover korma, jelly. Right before the end of the fight, I need to eat that chicken. Mmm, floor chicken. Alright. Delicious floor chicken. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I think that was a crappy score, but anyway. Lousy. Alright. Cool beans. Right. Let's go have a look at these costumes in Dead by Dirtplay then. Oh, it's still not done. What? It's still not done? It's downloaded it all, but now it's... Oh, fuck it. Let's just get NieR on the go. We can load this up later. Put that in the fuck it bucket. Alright. Give me 2 secs and I'll be right with you. Alright, what time is it? 10 to. Okay. Still, that's kind of fun just to get a little bit of Streets of Rage in. I'm always happy with some Streets of Rage. Oh, God, my chest. Bloody mildewy bullshit. Right, there we go. Change that to NieR Replicant. NieR Replicant. There we go. Done. Cool. Y'all ready? You find the source of the smell? No. No, I haven't. I tried cleaning the sea. I've tried, I don't know where it's coming from. Catch you later, Holly. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a good one. I have no idea where the smell is. I placed the order for that stuff. I did. I've already ordered that stuff, yeah. I've ordered the stuff, so... Alright. Gonna go see Popala. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's definitely coming from this side of the room. So that's why I need that guy. He never did text me back though, which is kind of worrying me. Problem is, he says text me your like name and address, but I'm not texting my name and address to a random number without double checking it's him.
We certainly can.
Hold on, Yona. I'm almost there.
Right, so we're going back to see Popala. Alright, let's go. Piggy! Piggy! Pig. Does he have a website? He's on that tracker trader guy. And it's his number on the tracker trade. I just don't want to randomly text my address while confirming it's him. Pick. I never had Turkish, I don't think. Nepalese food's amazing though.
I marvel at how relatively simple a task this retrieval process proved to be. It is almost as if someone deliberately set us on this path.
You're overthinking again, Vice.
But...
I don't care if it's a trap. Yona's waiting for me and I'm going.
I see.
Why is that randomly attacking? Is it the mouse? I bet it is. Yup. God damn it. Hold on. Let me just tap out and tap back in. There we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it, Anon? Oh, that sounds alright, Jess. What would you recommend if you're getting Turkish food? Polpala.
You're really gonna do it? The whole village is buzzing, you know. They say you're gonna go rescue Yona.
By the way, I know this is really obvious, but this is gonna be spoiler central.
Guess it's really happening,
coming up.
huh?
I'll bring her back. I promise.
About that.
Yeah?
Nothing. Never mind. Popola just loves to worry. Anyway, you be careful. Yes. Do be careful.
Thanks.
Like, shit was bad and sad before. This is gonna get worse now. Yeah, I was just trying to murder that guy next to it, and I was like, fuck that particular guard. Just wreck him. The nice thing is, because the source of the mildewy smell is over this side of the room, I don't think it's gonna affect Meg, like, in her tank.
We killed the shade at the bridge.
My daughter is dead. She passed while you were gone.
Jesus Christ, game.
Take this money.
No, I haven't seen the mod for that yet, Sage, no. You done the move for... Oh god, Emmy, rip. It could... Yeah, I think it is probably behind the wall. It's the most likely thing at this point. So that's why I kind of need... I need someone to come in, I think. To try and deal with it. If it's anywhere else, I don't know where it is. It could be invisible, and maybe he'll come with like a moisture detector and be able to suss it. It could be on the wall and I just can't see it, who knows. So hopefully,
Oh there. Getting on?
Alright, Meg, I wasn't talking about you. Well, I was talking about you, but that's not an excuse to get up, you know. Yeah, it's weird, it just sort of...
Are we ready?
It sort of came out of nowhere. It feels worse, it feels like it smells worse today, but...
Okay?
It's a plan.
Alright, here we go. Yeah, literally, strap in everyone. Yeah, basically, the first part of the game is almost like cheerful, not cheerful, but what's the wrong word? Hopeful. Everything being a bit more hopeful, whereas I feel the second part is almost like the futility of hope. And that hope alone is not going to see you through a terrible life. Realism comes crashing down. Honestly, Jess, it's a fucking great t-shirt. I mean, I'm biased because, you know, it's one of my shirts, but it's really good. Did that shade jump off? I ain't... Oh, it's one of the new flying ones, maybe? Nice. Where's that flying bugger? Hey, come over here. Let me smite you. Why is this guy not dying? Sorted. Yeah, NieR is almost a deconstruction of like cheerful RPG tropes, where everything's okay, and the hero is gonna hero, and the bad guy gets defeated, and everyone lives happily ever after with a nice story. And I also feel like something else, which I can't talk about yet, but I'll go into that later. There we go. Ah. Oh, I should probably tweet saying that we're doing NieR now. There we go. I'll just put streaming NieR now. Come say hi and be sad. I'm not going to put be sad. That'll scare people off. There we go. Aw, my warrior light's a lady. Otherwise, I might have followed suit. Oh, we got a more sinister theme this time. Armor break 15. Okay. No sadness allowed. Only pain now. I never played Undertale. Hey Deeks, you alright man? Oh, that's a meal. Sorry, meal. I didn't mean to chop you up there. Man, the Phoenix Spear is excellent at just ripping through shades. Yeah, it certainly seems it. Oh no, I missed a shade. Oh, well. It certainly seems it, doesn't it, Jane? It seems louder. Nice. My default mood is kind of scowly, I think. Fuck off, mate! Oh, really, Anon? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, speaking of terrible fandoms, I've heard that the Undertale fandom is dreadful. I've heard they are absolutely awful gatekeeping assholes. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard. Yeah, music's amazing. Can you hear me okay, by the way? Is it am I still loud enough against the music? Yep, you good? Excellent. No! Oh, NieR, you fucking dum-dum. Alright, back up we go then. I blame Dead by Daylight. There we go. Stream games like Undertale in peace, what, an OnlyFans account? What about a hot tub stream? I saw people, by the way, I saw on Twitter, people are getting their emotes banned. Like, getting their, like, Ahego faces emote bans. Yet, hot tub streams are fine. Like, what the fuck? Why are emotes like that, which are cartoony and nothingy, like, a problem, but hot tubs are fine? It's so weird. As we're getting higher and higher, the music's getting, like, burlier. Nice. What's that? Oh, that's actually really cool then, Anon. I always like that kind of stuff. Like where a new, like finishing the game like shows up something new. Music. Oh, I did the shipwreck last stream, yes. The shipwreck stuff was amazing. We'll be seeing it again though, don't worry. We'll be seeing it again. Possibly relatively soon, depending on how this goes tonight. The problem Twitch has, I would say, I have to be a little bit careful, I think. But the problem I feel that Twitch has is that... Ooh, a flashy hat. Is their moderators tend to make individual rulings as opposed to a set of rules. And I feel that can lead to some inconsistencies and some issues. Ooh. Higher physical defense, nice. There should be a rulebook of what is and what isn't okay, and it shouldn't really depend on what moderator does what. Because that leads to problems, I feel. Magic defense, this is not too bad. Let's do that. Alrighty. Boing. It's getting a bit sinister. Alright. Last warning. About to get rough up in it. Alright, here we go. What's up this? Nice. That's the thing, like, what they're better off doing is, if they're letting big streamers do certain things, they need to then let the smaller streamers do those things too. Rather than banning the big streamers, they do it the other way around, and they make it okay for the smaller streamers. That's probably the best and more sensible way of doing it. Got some friendos. Like, all jokes aside, I don't think there's any problems with the hot tub streams. I don't think it matters. If, like, horny, like, 14-year-olds want to watch hot tub streams and, like, the girls like doing it, then fuck it, why not? It's no biggie, right? They just need to be aware that if they're allowing hot tub streams, then they need to relax some of their rules on, like, nudity in games and a few other things, because
and yet I find it
gets a bit silly otherwise.
nostalgic.
Yeah. This is where Vice and I first met. And first fought together.
Wow! This is where you used to live, Vice?
Well, yes, I suppose. In a technical sense.
Pretty nice digs for a floating magazine.
At least it was free from annoying hussies like yourself. And now the path is open.
Nice. Hussy. Welcome to Shadowlord's castle. Looks nice enough. Burbs. I feel, yeah, I just kind of feel, yeah, no worries, cat. Catch you later, alright? Have a good one. I don't know, yeah, I agree. I feel like they need to, like, I don't know, I think they need to get to the realization that if you're playing Doom, the new Doom game, and Doom guy is literally like, I don't know, like, socket fucking, like, demons to death, I feel that nipples possibly isn't really much of an issue. I feel like, get a fucking grip, you know? Like...
To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? You must answer.
It can talk!
I ask. Why
you're a floating skull,
dude. Disappear from the world?
The hell is this?
I believe this is some manner of password.
Password?
Password?
Yes.
Yeah, capital P-A-S-S.
Correct answer should grant us access to the castle.
I'll explain in a bit, Meta. I'll explain in a bit.
I've heard this somewhere before.
To whom does the true voice speak? To whom, I ask, why did humans disappear from the world? You must
I answer, because of a black disease.
I ask, how can humans extend their lives?
By separating body from
I answer,
soul.
By separating body from soul.
I ask, what is the destination of souls?
Don't give the work password away. Shit! Oh, my bad. My bad. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, it's super weird, isn't it, Anon? It's super weird. And I think they need to be a bit more clear on that, because I feel that, like, acting that kind of double standards is a bit strange. But, I don't know. And again, if you slather yourself in body paint and draw on yourself, that's okay as well. They need to just get this line in the ground sorted. And I personally think if you're allowing violent video games, I feel that nudity is not a particularly big issue. I don't know. I know they're an American company, but I feel that there is a weird sort of hang-up about nudity over there. And I feel this is, like, just kind of weird. But hey. They are placed in their corresponding shells.
They are placed in their corresponding shells.
So this is quite an important bit of the game, and it's kind of explaining what's been going on.
You are acknowledged as master. You may enter.
Well then, it seems the way is open.
I forget how you know this unless you know it. The Phoenix Sword, nice. 400. That's quite nice. I feel there's something in here that tells you about this, and I can't quite remember where it is. It might be on the statues. Maybe not. It might just be guess until you get it right. I don't know. I mean, I already knew the answers, but you know, it's Here we go. Ah.
It's the twins from your village.
Oh, exactly, Froggy.
Popola.
Down with tits.
Devil.
That's evil.
What are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village?
Hey
This
guys.
is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
How did you get here?
Shh. We're asking the questions right now.
What are you two doing here?
What are you two doing here?
I'm not going to answer that. You can figure it out yourself.
We're here to rescue Yona.
Yeah. This bit is this bit's quite
No
the
dice,
upsetting
huh?
reveal, I feel.
Well, I guess we don't have a choice then. No, I suppose not. How sad. We didn't want to fight you. We really didn't want to.
Devil, what's happening?
Sorry, but this fate was predetermined. Still, we spoke to truth. We really wanted to avoid this if possible. We were hoping to put it off for 100 years or so, until the next generation came along.
What are you talking about?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie. I don't believe it.
Huh?
We know what they are, don't we, folks?
We never thought we'd grow to be this
They're not human,
powerful.
that's for sure.
This is madness. Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Vice. You are a traitor.
Hussies. Nah, there's reasonings, but we don't have all the information yet.
They copied my powers.
Ah, shit on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we can. The power came from us in the first place. You were simply loaned a small portion of it.
Vice, are you all right?
Devil, Popola, Why are you guys doing this? Why are you siding with the Shades?
Why indeed? The next generation? What indeed?
The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadowlord.
The Shadowlord? So you've been on his side this whole time?
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadowlord's
I might do actually, I might do. We must return home now. Yeet!
Devila and Popola are fighting us.
Yes, they do seem to be putting us through a great deal of...
You okay, Vice?
How odd. For long years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets. But now the latter seems to be...
Where are we going anyway?
Well...
Vice?
Do not look at me like that. I am Grimoire Vice. I am perfectly... Oh...
It does look like a sword, doesn't it?
I think I hear a waltz.
Poor Vice. Yeah, it's not nice, that one. Catch you in a bit, dude.
It certainly is a grand affair.
Bunch of dancing bastards.
They're all Shades!
I think we're locked in!
It's not like I was planning to
Goddamn
leave.
Shades.
The answer?
Kill them
Better
all.
wait for that.
Oh, XP rate plus 30, nice. Armor rate plus 30, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, this part's pretty memorable. Yeah. Most people, I'd say, remember this part if they've seen it. Yeah, they've added an interesting thing to Grimoire Vice's voice, and I feel that's actually quite good for some stuff later. Nice. Goddamn Shades. Yeah, that one was blocking pretty hard. There we go. Gotta break through that shield. There we go. Ah, goddammit. Yeah. NieR's controlling Vice's powers, essentially. Vice kind of agrees to it. They entered like a pact. In fact, that's exactly what they entered. A pact. before, haven't we?
I'll open the next door. Cover me.
Gross.
Oh, how I do love
That's disgusting.
Twice! Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes? Good plan. Let's go.
Protect Kaine for us.
There we go.
Kaine! Hurry!
Get down here, you flying bastards.
Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
No, you idiot. What are you doing?
Lock doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just break it down.
Stop, you impatient fool.
Goddamn no good bullshit bastard! Open the fuck up already! Ugh! Got it.
Kaine!
Nice.
Look out!
Got it. Whoa. Ugh.
These things are freaking me out.
Laughing balls? Not on my watch. Kill them all!
What's wrong?
We need to help Kaine. We need to help Kaine.
Here you go, Kaine.
You okay?
Yeah. Well, we got problems.
That looks bad. Oh no, it's a piggy!
We don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine?
Who are you talking to, Kaine? Stop being weird. Cool cliker. Yeah, seriously. Not so much for that, piggy.
Damn shit.
Oh dear.
Another piggy. Where's this? There we
This thing?
go. Die already.
Fuck. Oh no.
Oh no, it's doing the farty.
Can't stop now. Damn it.
Stay focused, Kaine. Don't fall victim to
Yay.
such distractions.
Come on. We have to keep going.
Let's go.
Lucky we can stun lock the piggy to death. Damn it, Kaine, get the door.
This way. Move.
I want to get a 200 hit combo, then I'll leave. 200 hits. Yay! Alright, now I can go. Whoop, whoop. Nice. Eat shit, piggy. The Dragoon Lance. Oh dear God, I recognize that. That looks suspiciously like. I'm sure that's a Kawinky Dink.
Up here.
Probably a Kawinky Dink.
How can we deal with
Shit. Faster!
Please, hurry!
It looks like the land that Kaim was using in Drakengard. Very, very much so, in fact. They gave us the icicle magic. Piggy!
Damn it, I can't get it open.
Hey guys.
Attack incoming!
Piggy! Ow. It is a massacring
The
thing.
entrance is locked too.
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament.
Damn Cyber Piggy. He's doing the farty. He's got the farty on the go. What do? Oh god, it's the archers from Drakengard. Motherfuckers, I just want to fly. Oh, never mind. Hey friends.
出槌汗よりきっと人だあらペルアと試練地遺跡よイラコク
I think they followed us up using the lift. Because we opened the way for them.
You are correct.
It's the true hero! Yay!
But...
Nice!
Hey! Stop! Let me go! Stop it! Damn it! King, no! No! Open the door! You can't fight that thing on your own! You cocoon! Oh, Tauki! Aruta! Vieto! Kuruto! Ko! Si! Iru! Kate! Keitaru ito echi kero arteria dase? Gyuji! Kaku ishigishi! 真鍮カレルタカイザメテラスあんだあらたてウラーヌペルアとチウラーヌカイザメとチ
Rest in peace,
Open
brave
the damn
king.
door!
Knock it off already. Let's go.
Kaine.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
My friend.
She's right though. We've got to make a move. To buy us some time. Exactly that. Nice. The tower gets more and more industrial. It does, doesn't it? It's almost like the facade has fallen by. Ha ha ha. Hey, ladies. Going behind the curtain, exactly. Probably seeing what we shouldn't be seeing, right?
Devil.
Hey, now this looks more like it.
Oh, look. You made it. We've been waiting for so long.
Why are you doing this?
It began 1300 years ago. Humanity, finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt.
Gestalt?
Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Score?
Weiss! My mind.
Oh, poor Vicey.
I remember, Devila. Popola. You are not human. In fact. Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister? All of us, every person standing in this room, are mere shells created by the true humans.
What are you saying?
You still don't get it? You aren't human.
So then humans, I mean, the true humans, are extinct?
No. They still live on. You know them as shades. Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
Wait.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time. Please don't be angry with us. We are only doing our duty. Our endless existences have a single purpose: to control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans. You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that simple.
Don't speak such foolishness.
Sorry.
You can see they don't want to really do it, but they kind of have to.
You and us, we're the same. Tools in the hands of a master.
No. I'm nothing like you.
Yeah, so for context, all those tiny little shades we've been beating up, like the little ones, the little cute looking ones, the ones that keep dropping school books, baseball bats, little trains. Yeah. We've been making humanity extinct. Goodbye, Devila.
Devila? Devila? Popola, are you crying?
No! Don't die!
You know, Popola, I understand now why we're twins. It's because we were born without souls. Devla, I can't stop the bleeding. Oh God, I can't stop it. This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness. Our souls are missing. And yet somehow our tears still work. It's kind of weird. Sorry, sis. I love you. Devla! Devla! Don't you go! No, I can't be alone!
Popola. Let's stop this now.
Stop? Stop? Now you want to stop? You think you have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like a goddamn animal and now you want to stop? Popola, wait! It doesn't have to— No one stops! It's way too late to stop! No one stops!
Please, don't do this, Popola! You and Devla were like parents to me!
Those two have watched the world wither for time immemorial. The coolness of such a fate is difficult to imagine.
I don't want to do this! I don't want to fight her!
Stop bitching and start fighting! It's the only way!
Get healing going. I think it might actually be better to...
No stopping ever!
The bridge!
Blast! We're trapped.
I've got an idea.
I fear we're done for.
It'll be all right.
Huh?
You know, when I was young, I hated my eyes. And now that I'm older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride, you know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you for everything.
The sadness train does not stop.
Emil.
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something.
No!
Now get going, okay?
Emil.
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine.
Emil! Emil!
Emil! You jackass, get back here!
Oh dear. Kaine's so unstable, and Vice can't stop arguing with people. I hope they can hold it together once I'm gone. Well, I guess they'll just have to learn. I want to see you again. I want to see all of you again. Just one more time. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
Rip. Poor Emil. Poor Devil and Popola, really. Hey Kiko, thank you for the raid, man. How was UFO? Welcome everyone, you join us at a very happy moment.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, it crashed? Oh no. You didn't lose much, did you? For those who've just joined us, by the way, this is quite literally the end of the game, kind of. So if you do want to play this, or obviously want more context or whatever, this is not a great place to start, unfortunately. So just as a fair warning. For those of you who obviously don't mind or don't care, you know, fair enough. Just want to give you a heads up before we carried on, in case you didn't want to be spoiled or, whatever. It didn't like you right-clicking. Wow. Is it the old version, or have they like redone the port for it? It did look like they were gonna kiss, didn't it? Weapon tap level 30. Oh, nice. Well, since we know what we're killing now, let's just slaughter a group of children who are in the way, shall we? Stupid kids. Get out of the way. Colouring books. This is literally last-ditch effort to protect Shadowlord. Two very angry shells coming for him. Just lost their friend. It's pretty much the old version with things sort of work on Windows 10. Oh, okay. Did you patch that yourself, or is that something that GOG did? Ah, that's what they told us, Leogon. But are we sure that's the truth? Better find out, I suppose. Are they really as twisted as we think they are? That's the question. Suppose we'll find out, won't we? It does feel a bit short, doesn't it, Pumpkin? GG has it patched as it will go. Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes streaming things can really muck around with it, can't it? Thanks, Kiko. Good to see you again, man. I miss you, buddy. Hope to see you again soon, alright? There is Archers, there is. And we'll get a lot more soonish. Yeah, that is pretty much exactly that, Stolu. That was Kaine's way of letting her feelings out. Layers, Kiko.
Yona!
This dick was literally by the bed like 10 minutes ago. He could have just walked. He had to make a proper entrance, you know. Hey, Mike Lewis, how you doing, dude? Good to see you.
This ends here.
Alright, you slag, let's go.
Hold nothing back.
Right, we want to do that. We want to... You can piss right off.
Stand against the Shadowlord.
Room 1
Don't speak in such a manner, fool. I am nothing like you.
Yeah, Grim One Noir, you're a shitter.
Be careful.
Correct, Leogon.
I know.
The kid at the beginning of the game made a pact, just like Kaim did with the book Grimoire Noir, to have the power to save his sister. We're the Shadowlord's Gestalt, according to what the twin said. And he's had he's had 1,000 years to be better at this than us, that's for sure.
Naturally, I am as fit as a fit.
Fubio, thank you very much for the 4 months now. That's very kind of you, thank you so much. Get shit on, Shadowlordy.
Wait. Brother?
Yoda.
Please, just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside this body. I can hear her. She won't stop crying. She says she wants to see her brother.
Yoda's been possessed?
This girl loves her brother too, just as much as I do. It's not right, you know? It's not right that she can't see him.
I don't think you need to understand what he's saying to get the gist of that.
It's you, isn't it?
Yes, it's me. Let's go home.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what to... I'm so very sorry. No matter what. Just know that... I love you.
And she's dead?
Hurry. The shade that possessed her is gone.
Kaide, watch over Yoda for me. You want me to understand your sadness? You think I'm gonna sympathize with you? I swore to protect my sister and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Now come on! Let's finish this! Vice, what's wrong?
You're freaking me out here, Vice.
What are you doing? Come so... Just do it. Strike the
Poor Vice.
killing blow. No bother. One moment, please.
You okay?
Vice. It seems some headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits. I should have taken that job as a cookbook when I had the chance.
Vice. Sorry. Sorry.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
But...
Let's go. Out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
Where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion. I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore I'd always fight by your side.
You are an exceedingly stubborn lad. You know that, yes? Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our journey ends.
Vice!
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name. Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Vice.
Nice.
Vice. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
I have something to defend.
Right, we gotta try and stop
I
him.
have a reason to live. Shadowlord.
Jeez. Ow. Catch you later, Ollie. And with that, something major happened to the world. Oh, before we carry on, I shall BRB 2 seconds. Ugh, I am back. No panic needed. I've returned. No panic. Time for sadness.
Is Yona all right? Oh God, no.
Oh, please, the girl is fine.
Is that you, God?
Weiss? Where are you? Are you okay?
I am as well as can be, considering I have lost my physical form. Doubtless my voice will be the next to go, so listen closely. Your sister is safe. Do not mourn her, and do not give up hope. Instead, you must call her back to you.
How?
Use your memories. Recall the times you spent with her. Present her with proof that the two of you live still, and that your lives have meaning.
I don't know.
Typical. But take heart. I know you can do it.
He's got faith. Weiss has big titty faith.
What's my favorite food? Cookies. What's my favorite book? That's my magic storybook. What's my favorite place? Home with you. What's my favorite flower? The lunar tear, of course. Okay, one more question. Who do I love more than anyone? That's not
I always thought this was quite cute. Oh. Oh, you want me to type on the keyboard? Gotta put in your name. Well, the name we gave it anyway.
Is that you?
It's true, Pumpkin. Weiss has smaller faith.
Is this my body?
Yes, Yona. It's yours and yours alone.
You look bigger than before. Like you've grown up.
Well, yeah. I guess you haven't seen me for a while.
Have I been asleep this whole time?
Something like that.
It's almost like I'm a princess from some fairy tale.
Oh, Yona. I'm so happy to have you back.
Me too.
Kaine.
You and your sister, you have a good life, Kay?
Where are you gonna go?
Guess I'll...
You could stay with us, you know.
Thanks, but I'll pass. You know how it is. I got my own shit to take care of.
What do you mean?
Personal shit, alright? Anyway, take it easy, yeah?
Kaine.
Hey, look. It's beautiful.
I too enjoy desolate, destroyed cityscapes.
I heard someone telling me how they wanted to see the light. And now, they can finally see it.
That was the other Yona, who of course couldn't see the light.
Thank you. I love it. It's so sunny today.
Yeah, it sure is.
A suspiciously happy ending. So as the credits roll, I should probably say this is ending A. Got a few to go. It's not over yet, let's put it that way. DC Douglas! Yeah! That's because we haven't seen it all yet, Archers. Just like in NieR Automata, the end of the game is not the end. Ha! Hey Noble, welcome back, man. Normally I'd skip it, but the music's so lovely. Everyone gets a happy life. Yona, well, that's the thing, do they really? The Shadowlord and his Yona, they're together in an afterlife of some sort, perhaps? Our NieR and our Yona together again. Kaine's left to deal with her issues. Quite a big issue she's got as well. Emil's dead. The Black Scroll is... it's an interesting one. I believe the one we see at the start of the game is different. Oh, Vice is dead, yeah. So the Black Scroll at the start is something else, but the Black Scroll that our Yona had, that is her gestalt unraveling itself, I believe. Hey, it's Matt Mercer. Nice. Yeah, spot on, Jane. Oh, this game is something. We're not done. We're not even close to being done. Seriously, like, I'm not even like being like cryptic bullshit about this. We legitimately got loads to do still. And I don't mean like weird little side quests. I mean like there's actually more stuff to do. So you'll see in a minute. The story doesn't make an awful lot of sense until you've done all of the endings, of which we've now got one. Probably about 65% done, I'd say. 65%. Let's put it this way, this is the happiest ending. Easily. Just like in Drakengard, ending A is the sort of tame, almost standard video game ending. You know, you've beat the bad guy, you've rescued your sister, there was a heroic sacrifice, and it all kind of worked out in the end. But did it really? Nah. We got some more stuff to find out. Dragon Guard 3 was pick your punishment. You can ignore the bigger problems and you get rewarded with knowledge but sadness. Yeah. I wish I save it just over here. I might as well. There we go. A. Load your clear data after completing the game to experience Kaine's story. You can now read a departed mother's diary in your house. Wardrobes have been added to the options menu. New outfits can be obtained by progressing through a departed mother's diary. Change music has been added to the game screen. Oh, nice. Now what we do, we continue with this one. Your reward is clothes.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe...
Oh, I didn't remember to change the delay thing, no. Shit. Alright, there we go.
Anyway...
Mikhail is a good man. Kaine's dreams, discrimination. So this is what Kaine was dreaming about when she was all locked up. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour, and was now wandering slowly towards the wooden, hawk-shaped weather vane in the centre of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as they could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give a face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on! The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vane slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak, pointing firmly towards the east. East? Really? Before the vane could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo! Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies of the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seemingly indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew these were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she'd experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt... Oh, look! The little freak's gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from the world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upwards. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No! Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. Come on, guys. Let's give the little freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak! Chanted the children. Freak! 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 Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. Clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from the space between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves as if waiting for someone to take a step forward and take charge. When no saviour emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was rapt on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, doesn't it? I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ah! He screamed. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch! A big one! That thing could have killed me! The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backwards and spat on the ground. Get out! Leave this village! No one wants you here, either of you! Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked at a single laugh. Ha! Look at the fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting the wound. Oh, Kaine, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hand on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt the crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother. When her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who'd seen hard times, who had seen death, and who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Course not. Don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body is not normal. If I was normal, then Mum and Dad wouldn't... Hush! I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter and I love you, and if folks have a problem with that, they can go to hell. And with that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without seeing one, and yet her grandmother somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on while I was doing some shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandma as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. As long as we got each other, we'll just be fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Kaine's dreams, daily life. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was far from a work of art as it could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung around a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kaine's grandmother flailed with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kaine. Hey you, Kaine, yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close, I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on the piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear it whistle, at which point she decided to step back. It is a lot of text, yeah, a lot of backstory stuff going on. Once she scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma! Do you need any help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something. The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can get the water? Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards. Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take her residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to villagers and her granddaughter. And rare were the days when the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land. And rare were the days where any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harboured a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the job. Swing after swing, the axe only produced a tiny crack in the wood. When it finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it! Crap. She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe and forced it from the wood and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with blade, but the task was challenging and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough, and my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling figure at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot, and she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. Stop that! Just stop! She cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick, and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. It's alright, I'll be fine. That I'm not too sure about A2 and 2B. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed like an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way to the end of the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother was still there. Hope you guys don't mind this whole story time with Weem thing. I actually really like this stuff, so I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman, who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. Hey, lady, said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? They seemed to say, but Kaine saw her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Good old spider stories. They were good. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary, but the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god, I mean, what are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Ha! barked Demo. The old bitch finally keel over. Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head. Before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked them out the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely, in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall, behind the counter, rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colours, but time had worked its cruel magic and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like the picture? Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hands. His eyes were gentle, but sad. They seemed to stare through her into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and pulled a handful of wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumours about you, he said. It's a small village and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Kali, and I think the way she was driven out of town is just deplorable. Grandma's name is Kali? Thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling over this new fact in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hand. Your grandmother's an old friend of mine, he said as Kaine scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I wager she'd like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she'd like that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless. And with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding in places, leading Kaine to think she'd been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. Back already, are you? Asked her grandmother with a yawn. Come here, let me have a look at you. Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kaine with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun, eh? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother she was going to sketch her portrait. A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. But Grandma, it'll make you live forever. Horseshit, said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet with her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help me with dinner. But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house, as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set off to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drip to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, you know, make drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed as her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colours. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. Oh, Kaine, she said between the laughter, you truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me and I love it. But, hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always. True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honour above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. "Posh," said the woman. "I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned itself into Kaine's memory. A perfect blend of pride and joy and love that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Kaine's dream separation. This is the last one. I'm glad it's the last one. My voice is starting to go. Kaine listened to the sound of cracking firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. "Hey, TLC." Finally, she summoned her courage to give the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its way there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. "It's no bug, you fool. It's a berry." "Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" "Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug. I think it's burnt or something, because it smells terrible." And with that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. "Oh yeah, that's terrible, alright." "Why, you little brat," laughed the old woman. "Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact." 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she'd been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots, with a breakfast of burned berries rolling around in her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was going to check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, I'm going to pick up some flagstones, so I can take the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? The hell for?" Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly out of cloth, rope and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in their final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "God damn, girl. If a bunch of thieves wanted to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway." "I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday." The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. "Well, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about some other..." "Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that." A confused expression passed the old woman's face. For a moment, she was a small child lost at a carnival. Yes, of course, you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately it seems my mind is, She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she'd first received it. "You're going to be a true woman soon," Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. "So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, more talking about how beautiful you've become." Annoyed, Kaine reached out to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. "You're a beautiful thing," said the old woman, "and there ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you." "Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day." "Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder." "I'll teach you to sass me, girl," yelled Grandma. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. "Grandma! Yeah, Grandma, stop it. What the hell?" The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she'd ever seen them. "Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just..." Kaine thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she'd ever seen. "Listen," she began. "Maybe I should stay home after all." "No, I won't have you stay here and keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go and get your fruit and wool and whatnot. I'll be fine." When you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready for depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end, temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looked so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and carry her away. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow. She only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick, black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot in itself. Oh God, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as it tried to touch the sky itself. Grandma? Grandma! Kaine ran then, faster than she'd ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground. She leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark. Not just fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke was fire from the mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large armoured tail. Scales, horns and claws sprouted from its body in a random chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. Alright, you bastard, she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs. It's you or me, let's go. The shade eyed Kaine with bemused interest. Then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and the flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape. Grandma! At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. She's alive, thought Kaine. She's alive. Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard towards the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up now! As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shade stomped towards the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might as well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet only to fall back with a grasp. Her ankles were on fire, one or both of them was suddenly broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma, hold on, just a little longer. Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes were rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seemingly to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deeper than its core. Bastard laughing at us. She had no idea how a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The shade moved its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backwards, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble towards the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch in her waist, she leapt on their foot and pinned her grandmother. She leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. Give her back! Give her back to me! It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The Shade panted laughter again, and raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards the young girl that was latched on its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small weak voice spoke up. Kaine. Kaine's vision blurred as she forced herself to take focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough to make out her grandmother's hands reaching to her through the smoke. Grandma? Kaine, you gotta run. You can't miss this one. Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on, we gotta go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no! I said run, goddammit! You have to live. You have to get through. The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the Shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from the gaps in the creature's toes as a terrible, putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognized mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away in the breeze and it was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind one after another, faster and faster, until it became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The Shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles, her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the Shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backwards, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment, laughing like a madwoman. She leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the Shade. The Shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight was resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think it is. I think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and the flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it now. As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend as one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. Woof! Goodness. Hope you enjoyed story time.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I know.
Ah, glad you liked Earth. Alright, let's kill this asshole. So unsurprisingly, we still have all our weapons. We just nuke the Shades from orbit.
How did it even
Wouldn't that be
survive
nice?
these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again.
It dies today.
My sword feels lighter.
It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
Eat shit, Shade Boy. Kaine had a terrible, terrible, terrible time. She really did. Fuck this particular shade. It's a very sad set of stories, to be honest, showing how... Yeah, fuck you, dude. I really enjoy that they did that for Kaine. Like, it gives her a huge amount of fleshing out as a character. It, you know, shows what she's been through. I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel terrible for her, but it's really nice that she got that. You know, she has that moment. I think I'm going to have to continue this next time, I think, if we're going to, I'll have to read this one next time. So I'll stop here for now, and next time we'll continue with story time, because I need to rest my poor voice. So, I will stop there for now. So we'll stop that. I'm not finishing just yet, because before we finish, I wanted to have a look at the Dead by Daylight, I want to have a look at the Dead by Daylight, costumes, a second. So let's have a quick look. So let's have a quick look before we finish. Oh, my poor throat. God, that was a lot of reading. And I've got a really sore throat from all this fucking mold in here as well. Jesus, I think I'm gonna die. Alright, as soon as this loads up, I'll swap this over. Another 4 hours of updates. Rip, rip, rip. There we go. Is that? There we go. Yeah, I know. I got loads of mold like here. Will I show off next time? We'll show off the outfits. Absolutely, yeah. Well, we got some DLC to do as well to unlock some more outfits as well. Kaine gets some bonus outfits, and so does NieR, and so does Emil. But we've also got the NieR Automata outfits as well. Let me in! Let me in! Alright, let's have a look. The Crypt TV collection. The Huntress has the Mordio, the Doctor's the Luxie, and the Hag is the Birch Witch. Alright. Let's have a look. Okay, so... the Mordio, this is for the Huntress. Fucking wow, she looks amazing. That's great. That's really, really nice. Then you got the Luxie. That's also amazing. That's really, really nice as well. And the last one's the Birch Witch. Oh, that's also really cool. The Luxie one's really good, yeah. I guess we're gonna have to buy some fucking bits then, aren't we? Oryxar. How much is it? 1400 at? 2250. Yeah, let's get that one. There we go. Give me the packs. Give me the packs. There we go. I swear I bought some Oryxars recently. I'm trying to think what I spent them on. Oh, it was a costume, wasn't it? It was a costume for Thingy. Yeah, Crypt TV has lots of really cool stuff. Crypt TV has a lot of really cool stuff. And there we go. Let's get this. Next time we play Huntress, we can use this. There we go. We have the Mordio. Damn, I think she looks fucking amazing. Very, very nice. Teefsies. So I will save that for next time we play this lovely lady. I wonder what's Bill's new thing? Jane and the Doctor? I like Jane's costume there. That's pretty fun. Oh, it's like TV Jane. That's cute. So what's the new archive? The new thingy? Let's have a look. So what'd you get with this one? Oh, is that for Cake? The Plague's Maiden Guard outfit. Oh, that's cool for the Plague as well. Oh, I might have to get that. I might have to pick these up actually. Those are really nice. I play as both those characters quite a lot. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to get like 200 more thingies. That's really nice. I'll do that next time anyway. Very, very nice. Right. Thank you very, very much everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed NieR and everything tonight. Well, I say enjoy, you know, it was you know what I mean. It's definitely a toughie. It's a toughie. But it's still a very, very nice game. Very fun to play. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed story time, 'cause my bloody voice didn't, I tell you. Woof. I'm just gonna rest my voice, I think, now. Right. I love you all. We should harass somebody. Who should we harass today? Curio Shelf is playing The Binding of Isaac. So let's go harass Curio Shelf. He's a really, really solid dude. And The Binding of Isaac is a fabulous game. So let's go say hello. That's not working, is it? The raid command is not working for some reason. That's odd. Let's try again. It's not working. That's annoying. Alright, I shall host. We'll do it that way then.
Halloween. Thanks for the host, buddy. Oh no, it's totally fine. Of course it broke.